This is Jen Coombs from Time to Change Jersey Style. I'm gonna jump. I'm gonna wait for some more people to jump on. We've got one person on. Hi there. Got 3 people, 4 people. Oh, you can like see stuff. I'm like, that's why I don't like to wear glasses when I do these streams. Hey Alexa, how you doing? So who's all watching so far? So who's all watching? Give me a shout out or something. Oh, a phone call. And I have to take this phone call. Hold on. Hello? Yeah, let me call you later. I'm doing like a live stream right now. I don't think you don't want to be on it, so. Okay, bye. Okay. I had to answer that phone call. I'm gonna like wait like a minute to see if more people are gonna jump on. Happy Friday afternoon. It's like 2:59 p.m. We got like, see, I don't, you can see like, you can see my computer screen on my glasses. That's why I don't like to wear glasses when I do this. So yep, happy Friday. Does anybody have any plans for this weekend? Any plans? I mean, I have some plans for this weekend. I do. Well, anyway, my name is Jen Coombs. I'm from Time to Change Jersey Style. I hope everybody had a good week. I mean, you kind of like know like what kind of week I went through. So, but I'm pretty much in good spirits for the most part. There's like some things that I want to talk about. It affects really like every community like within the United States. So it's not just like a Monmouth County issue. I want to address like the discrimination and the stigma that people have to deal with from other people. Um, for me, my the discrimination and the stigma that I have to deal with is like when it comes to my disabilities, and I know like when it comes to my speech impairment, when I talk, a lot of people think I'm like I'm a drug addict or I'm like or I'm drunk or something along those lines. And that's not the case with me. It's like I mean, life is hard for people with disabilities as it is anyway. I mean, and um, and life should not be any harder than it's supposed to be. And and the stigma too. The stigma needs to stop. Um, there need to be more understanding of other people's differences. I mean, I don't care if it comes to anything. If it comes to somebody's sexuality, marriage status, age, you name it, disability, um, there has to be like more understanding and in education and in communication too. Um, because like when people make other judgments about other people, it's like I mean it's okay that if people I'm like lost for words right now, so I'm doing the best as I can. Like like the discrimination and the stigma that I have received from other people this week. The 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 wild claims and everything didn't help anybody. Didn't help me. Didn't help anybody. Didn't help the community or anything like that. And I'm looking up something on my computer right now. And I'm gonna put discrimination. This script. This 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 group this group. No, not disabilities. Um, this script. This for discrimination. No, not description. And I'm a poor speller at times too, so EDA. This I found it. Okay. And like I said, there's like different types of discrimination too. The like the definition of discrimination is the unjust or prejudicial treatment of different categories of people or things, especially on the grounds of race, age, sex. I mean, it could be anything. It could be gender. It could be the the color of your skin. It could be your sexuality. It could be it's like a prejudice or prejudicial outlook, action, or treatment. The art practice over instance of discriminating category rather than individually. Synonyms of discrimination is prejudice, bias, bigotry, intolerance, narrow-mindedness, unfairness, inequality, favoritism, one-sidedness, sexism, racism. Okay. They said all these words. So like my part of like the discrimination or the stereo like discrimination that I deal with when it comes to my speech impairment is that people think like all drugged up um or drunk or whatever those like drunk or I don't know like what I'm talking about. A lot of people don't realize like I have like a lot of knowledge within my head. It's just because I just don't have like a good command of the English language. My knowledge doesn't really show through. Oh wait, civil rights. Okay, hold on. And this is coming from a like from a law site. To discriminate against an individual is to treat someone differently, usually in a negative way, due to a given characteristic. Federal law prohibits discrimination by employers and many other entities on the basis of skin color, race, gender, national origin, disability, age, pregnancy, medical background, religion, or even genetic information. Some states have passed laws prohibiting discrimination on the basis of sexual orientation, weight, and other attributes. You know, I'm gonna like put this I'm gonna like put this link in the in here. Yeah, actually, I'm good at writing. Yes, actually, a few people along the way it says I always have good writing. And here's the link that I just read from. And like I'm good at researching things. Trust me, I will like take the time out to research stuff and like, hey Carmen, how you doing? Hi Pure Fun. And like the stigma, I'm gonna look that up too. Stigma. You know, this is not like a Monmouth County issue. I think this is like a United States. It's an issue that affects United States across the board. It's I mean, so it's not like a New Jersey issue. Oh, What is stigma? And I'm like reading this off. Okay, what is stigma? People coping with mental illness. I mean, I'm reading this off of some website. So this is not my work or anything like that. I'm just trying to get the education out there. So people coping with mental illness have a lot more to deal with than just the disorder itself. Many people report the stigma of mental illness and the prejudices they encounter because of it is nearly as bad as the disorder's symptoms themselves. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna put this link out there too. The true meaning of stigma. Truly, the meaning of stigma boils down to discrimination and hate. People with mental illness feel diminished, devalued, and fearful because of the negative attitude society holds toward them. As a result, people struggling with mental health challenges may not get the help they need for fear they would be discriminated against. Do people like with cancer deal with stigma? I mean, here's another thing. What is stigma? The following scenario may help the question, what is stigma? Imagine you have breast cancer. Now imagine that instead of the NFL football players supporting your illness by wearing sneakers with pink cleats, cleats and pink logos on their jerseys, society blames you for your illness. Imagine others looking at you with accusing eyes and whispering about you behind your back when they find out you have breast cancer. Imagine feeling fearful of seeking proper medical help because you're afraid that you will lose your job if anyone finds out about it. People with mental disorders must cope with this type of stigma on a daily basis, but why should they? Mental illness is a disease just like cancer. No one wants to develop cancer. No one wants to deal with mental illness either. But millions of Americans do have a mental illness. Let's work together to stop the stigma. And this is from like 2016. So I'm gonna put this link up. Here, I'm gonna put that link up there too. Like I said, this stuff needs to be bring out into the open, in a healthy way. I used to keep to myself and don't didn't really talk about stuff. And guess what? It's not happening anymore. I'm entitled to follow my goals and my dreams that I have for myself. People don't have the right to be a spokesperson for me, especially when I didn't ask them to be that. Wow, they like all sorts of types of discrimination. There's age discrimination, consumer discrimination, disability, discrimination in education, employment, gender, healthcare, housing, national origin, racial, religious, voting rights. I guess. I mean, people with disabilities have the same rights as you guys. How come I can't be a citizen video journalist? How come I can't be one? How come people would like me to retire? I mean, does it scare them? Do they don't like it? Um, I mean, I mean, I mean, it's like it cracks me up. It cracks me the heck up because I have to fight for simple things that another person might take it for granted. You know what? I mean, I'm very I, I'm thankful that people are concerned. That's not the issue. It's the issue that people like come up with these like wild claims that are not true. That's what I have an issue with. I mean, like the wild claims from this week was outlandish. Pure fun. The more you understand about the subject, the better you can teach it. Correct. I mean, I'm living it. I deal with all types of discrimination. It really has not. Some of it has nothing to do with my disabilities. Some of it has to do with my sexuality too. I'm gay. And it took me like a long time to come to terms with that. So, and in my past, I coped with a lot of stuff in unhealthy ways. I give you that. But I mean, I started to change my life around like 3 to 5 years ago for the better. And I'm not gonna like allow other people to take that away from me. I'm in a much better space in my life right now. I mean, I have a job for 21 years, like a part-time job for 21 years. Are they open groups for disabilities? I mean, they have. I guess they're open. I guess there are open groups for disabilities. And I mean, like I said, it's like I dealt like with the speech thing for all my life. That goes back to my childhood. People used to pick on me because of the speech thing. And guess what? It's not acceptable anymore. Just because people cannot speak right or cannot pronounce their words or whatever the issues are, don't put them down. Don't assume things about them. Don't doubt their intelligence. I mean, I'm a lot smarter than I appear. Hey, West LA Audit, how you doing? But it's not just cops that do it. It's everybody. So don't just point out the system or the cops, because I mean, look what came out about me this week from two people. And people were listening to them like they were telling the truth, and they weren't. That's what I mean. Please, I mean, keep, if you want to. Hey, Ranger Horse, I don't do audits. That's the thing. I consider myself as an independent video journalist, and I keep repeating this. I have a genuine interest with how the government functions, with all the red tape that goes with it, and the taxpayers' money and everything else. And I mean, you should see some of the stuff that I've covered and everything, especially in Old Bridge, with all the cell phones they have for that town. You know what? I'm gonna look that up. The Oprah requests for Old Bridge, with all the and the money they put out for all these stuff that helps the government to function. So I wonder if they really need all these cell phones. So I'm gonna look Old Bridge. And I'm gonna be honest, I look into policies of the different police departments too, and because I might get a better understanding of stuff coming from their end. Police county reports. Okay, I found it. It's purchase invoices for cell phones, and this was done in May 25th of this year. I will put the link up, and you'll be surprised the amount of cell phones that this town has. Here you go. So the open request is purchase invoices for all Old Bridge Township owned, lease issued cell phones and cell phone plans. Two, a current list of all Old Bridge Township government employees and or departments who were issued Old Bridge Township owned lease issued cell phones. And I'm like I said, and I'm curious. I mean, some of these the monthly charges that they do is like some of it's like like 19.99, 14.99, 37.99. They actually have like an iPad too. It's and actually I looked into the cell phone stuff with Monmouth County too. So for Old Bridge, they have like a lot of different iPads. So I'm curious, what do they use these iPads for? And it's a tune of 37.99 for each iPad they have. So I mean, like I said, if you want to take the time out to look into this Oprah request, take the time to look into it. And I actually did an Oprah request into cell phones into Neptune City. I think they only have like 2 to 3 cell phones for that town. So it's like but Neptune City is a small town. I mean, if they really need all those cell phones and those iPads, that's one thing. But but it's just the amount of money that they pay out. So okay, let's bounce back over here. West LA. Ranger horse understood, but the concern is that when you're on, like I said, I don't do audits. Then you get hemmed up because cops don't get it. Well, it's not like I said. I might have repeated myself on this. It's not just cops; it's other people too. West LA audit. Anyone can see when you deal with cops and public officials that you're smarter and braver than most people. Oh yeah. Maybe I just I just don't want to be held back anymore. You only people only have one life to live. And people only have like a certain amount of years on this earth. and they're gone forever. You can't change that. When you die, you're dead. You can't change that. And I want, and for the rest of my life, I want to do things that I want to do, that I don't want to do. It's my life. And like, why does other people think they have a right to dictate like what I do with my life? I mean, unless it's unlawful or illegal or anything like that. Joseph Walazzo. So, do you like Millstone Township? I think the leadership in that town totally sucks. But I mean, the few things that I saw, I mean, they have a Millstone Day coming up sometime in September, and I mean, it looks like a I mean, it looks like a nice community event. I'm gonna look it up. Millstone Township, Millstone Township, Day, 2018. I actually, like, within my video, I actually okay, I found it. This is for Millstone Day. Come celebrate Sunday, September 16th, 2018, from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. on the beautiful grounds of Frog Bridge State Camp. The Millstone Recreation Tent offers free seasonal crafts, pumpkin patch, and pumpkin decorating. All-day wristbands are available for minimal fee to the inflatables, rock wall climbing, and bungee trampoline. Enjoy all activities Millstone Day has to offer, as volleyball, basketball, tennis, mini golf, boating, fishing, swimming, bake sales, and much more, and much more. So, I mean, see, I will put the link on. I put the link for Millstone Day. So this comes from the Recreation Department from Millstone Township. I mean, it appears. I mean, it appears to be like a fun community event. Not your pure fun. What do you mean by not your typical bird watcher? No, because I'm not a bird watcher. Far from it. Because the leadership of the reason why is because my personal experience on Monday. That's why. That's why I don't like the Millstone Township leadership, is because my experience from this past Monday. They're like, and you can tell like from my video from that day, they are total victims of their own stupidity and ignorance. That's my opinion. Take it or leave it. Yuppies. Oh, yuppies. I don't know if they're yuppies or not. I mean, like I said, I can't wait until that video comes out. And like the New Jersey State Police, and they're like out of control. I mean, I wanted to do like a nice video about that town, and like during my visit, I found out that their building is on some like historic list from because it used to be an old school and everything else. I'm gonna try to find out some information on the computer right now about it. Um, Millstone. Historical here. Historical. Oh, okay. 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 I found it. I think I found it. No, that's not what I wanted. Okay, Millstone history. Um, this is not like what I'm just like skimming through the article right now. This is not like what I wanted to. But like I said, their like Miss building is on some like is like a historic. Okay, The township has kept the historic value of the school building. Has been restored and now serves as a municipal building. Like I said, da da da. And that's like the first time I ever came across that a municipal building was a school and it's on some historical list. That's a new one for me. I know like on in Burrell their municipal building used to be like a library at one point too. So I mean like I said, some of these towns they have some like neat history behind them. And like you won't know until you start going into these buildings and just ask about different things. Here, here, here you go. I'm just copy and pasting this, okay, from this link. Oh, it's like too long. Oh no, it's even too long for me too. Well, okay. I'm gonna put the link down. It's about the history of Millstone. Uh, uh, who's Lieutenant Gabe? How do you pronounce his last name? Like right now, I'm just battling with just getting. I'm just battling just to get the cameras in like within the buildings. And like what I do is all lawful. It's all lawful. It's guaranteed, like within the United States Constitution and court cases and everything else. And video footage, I love the video footage because it actually like it depicts the actual the interaction and everything else. It doesn't go. It's just you can't debate video. You can't. Do you make an appointment before? See, that's what I mean. Why do I have to make an appointment before to exercise my rights? I mean, I went to Millstone building and then I explained to them like, what am I doing? I was nice, cordial, the whole 9 yards. I mean, And I don't like pre-planned things. I don't like all set up. I don't like set up shop. I don't like. I don't like. I like the. I like organic stuff. Th- as things progress. I don't like. I don't like pre-staged interactions. I don't know who those two judges. It was like a lady judge. But pure fun. These employees should be educated on the law, though. I mean, do you think? I mean, I think they should be educated on the law. I mean, if they're like educated about the laws and stuff, they shouldn't be startled at all. I mean, that's my thinking. And it's like it's not my fault that they're not educated on the laws. Was your arresting officer Louis Scott? I no, I don't recall the name. I think people should be freely walking around in society, just filming anything and everything, meaning in the legal way without being harassed. Because that's what the law is there for. We need are you is that the spelling wrong, Joe? I think we need more communication among different people. Yeah, definitely. And that day, I took the time to try to communicate. I tried to take the time out to communicate with the people in Millstone. I wasn't loud. I wasn't didn't call them names or anything like that. I actually gave them the memo from the Monmouth County Prosecutor's Office. But I mean, like I said, it's not. You should not blame me for their lack of education and training when it comes to the law. Howard Stern, are you talking about Are you talking about the Anna Nicole's Because that's the only Howard Stern that I know who's a lawyer. Not Baba Booey. And like I said, and I feel like in some ways I feel like I'm just being discriminated against because of my disabilities too. And it's like when it comes to video recording, it captures everything. So like when I go back, I mean I can go back to these videos and like, well, this happened and that happened, and because sometimes I don't have the greatest memory at times. I just or the greatest recall. That's what it is. But sometimes I have a good memory too regarding like the ridiculous facts. It goes both ways. It made me, like I said, maybe that has something to do. I'm like I said, I sometimes I don't have the great I don't have the greatest memory at times, or I misspeak facts, and like the video or something like that will like I said, I can go back on the videos and say, oh, this I just really repeated myself. Sorry, and I do have a habit of repeating myself. Oh yeah, after I was done like with my appointment like at the prosecutor's office, I did go to the Monmouth County Clerk's office. Nice building and everything else, because I wanted to look into registering a trade name with the county for my media company, or that I'm trying to build from scratch. And I got some neat information there too. And like I said, but I didn't really film in there because I was having issues with my iPad. But I did have my iPad with me. They actually wanted me. They wanted me to like sign in, and I said no. It's policy, not law. At first, like the security guard told me, "Oh, you can't film in here." And I was like, "Yes, I can." Because I know for a fact that the Monmouth County Prosecutor's Office sent that memo over to the county clerk's office. And I do have documentation of that too. They sent like an email over. So I know that they have documentation there. So that's what I don't understand is like, why is it, how come I walked into like a county building. I mean, they didn't like no issues, no nothing. But then I walked into Millstone. All hell broke loose. And again, I had the same. I had the same temperament with the two places. I was nice and polite, the whole 9 yards. Like, looks like it looks like a nice building too. And I wonder if that visit was documented too at the county courthouse or clerk building, is because I think that this the security guard radioed for like a sheriff's person to come over, and like when that sheriff's person came over, I mean they didn't make any contact with me or anything like that, so. they, they didn't initiate any contact with me or anything like that. So I actually so like when I was there, I asked um I asked questions about how do you like register a trade name and stuff like that. And then they actually do passports there too, and I didn't know that. So I asked like a couple of questions about that too. And then they Notary Republic. I didn't know that they have like a huge book like one of the offices, like Notary Republic books, when people take their oath and everything. This book is like humongous. It's humongous, and it dates back to at least 2010. So it's like at least like 7 years old, or 7 years worth of signatures and everything else. And I actually asked the person like, "What do you do like when these books are done? Like, do they archive it or stuff like that?" And they said they do archive it eventually because they said they sent it, they will send it to the main library branch in Monoplin. So like I said, I wish I got that on video. Like I said, I don't have the greatest recall. Um, and like at the time that I was there, they had some lady took the oath and she signed it in the book. And it seemed like they have like a lot of people taking oaths for notary publics every like on like a lot of days. Like August 9th, they had I mean approximately like 10 people, give or take. So it's like pretty neat. Does anybody know about that information? Yes, I know like some of the government systems are corrupted, but there are also some good parts to it too. So yeah, like I said, going back to my original issue about discrimination and stigma, we got people like within the community or any community need to speak about need they need people we need to speak about like against it. You can't you can't like neatly package people in little boxes because like people are different in any way, shape, or form. Like my personality is different from the next person's personality. And people like me, I grew up differently. I grew up in Sussex County. I never grew up down at the Jersey Shore. So I'm like, people grow up differently too. It all depends on their like personal experiences in life, and that's how it affects people. Um, does anybody we got like 5 people watching, so let's start a dialogue within the chat. I mean, what do you think about discrimination in stigma that people like different people have to deal with when it comes to anything? And it doesn't have to be like when it comes to people with disabilities or anything like that. It could be anything. Has any of you ever experienced any sort of like discrimination or stigma regarding of any like issues like within your life, and like or like how do you cope with it? Any examples? I mean, does anybody want to talk about it, or everybody's quiet? Let's start a dialogue. Who's all watching right now? Say something, cause I'm gonna like end this. I'm gonna end this live stream in 5 minutes or so. Stigma, like what kind of stigma, Debbie? Let's talk about this stuff. There's no judgment here. Let's bring things out in the open. What kind of stigma, Debbie? And I just want to say thank you for all the support that I have received within the last 2 years. I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. It does. It really means a lot. and we need to be more supportive of other people. It should not Things should not turn into like a pop popper or like a paparazzi contest and like tearing people down. Debbie, I don't know how much I want to get into on here. However, I can tell you I was diagnosed with my second round of cancer recently. I'm sorry to hear that. Having cancer is rough. Debbie, it's up to you if you want to delve into it. If you want to talk about it more, I'm not gonna push the subject because I know having cancer is a delicate issue. But I know that like the more people talk about it, it's the better. But it's up to the individual person too. Hey Debbie, I will pray for you for your recovery. Debbie, and of course, every doctor you go to asks for history, etc. So certain medications people may be given, and when you answer them, you get looked down upon. Yeah, I can see that. And that's another thing. When that trooper was taking me back to the barracks, she started to ask me about like different medications and stuff like that. I'm like, what does that have to do with anything? And then she started to state like wanted to know if I was under the influence or something like that. And then I told her, well, I have a documented speech impairment that dates back to my early childhood. So it's like that's another assumption that this trooper had about me because of my speech impairment, my documented speech impairment. So I don't speak right. People assume I'm like high on drugs or I'm under the influence or something along those lines. How do you get judged with a new doctor or pharmacy? That I don't really understand. I mean, I hear you, I just don't understand it. So like a few more minutes, I'm gonna be like signing off. That's another thing. Why do people have to give like justify anything? Yeah, people are like they're on like certain medications and like, but what do it's like the people like the assumptions and I know. Oh, I don't want to talk about this online because I think it's. I want to talk about something, but I don't want to because it's really nobody's business when it comes to medications. But I'm just saying that like the discrimination and the stigma needs to stop. I mean, people with disabilities and stuff like that, I mean, they deserve to have a voice within their own life and the things that they want to do and everything else. I mean, I'm a little nutty. I mean, I give you that, but I used to turn nutty in a good way. But I'm not like crazy. Like I was saying like last night, like in my family, like how I do, like we use the word nutty in a good way, so it's nothing. It's like a badge of honor, but in a good way. So real jingy. Judging is the easiest thing for people to do, and since we have voice and can hear ourselves, we enjoy talking about our personal judgment. Just a thought. ADA people are shunned. Yeah, they are. I mean, ADA people are shunned for one reason or another. Um, West LA audit. Am I gonna go out to cover any story this weekend? I mean, I don't think so. But you never know. I might pop up. I don't know. I know, like tonight they're having a DWI checkpoint in Keyport, and I really want to go. But I can't. Because I have work in the morning that I have to go to, and I don't want to be up late tonight. So but if I come across a traffic stop or something like that, or 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 even tonight, I might go down to like one of the boardwalks and just start walking around and just showing you guys the scenery. Real jangy. Jen, what if all you did was go out with a clipboard and interview people to see if they know their rights? Just a thought. Yeah, I never really thought about that. I'm gonna be honest, I never even thought about that. Because honestly, I don't know if people really know like, what the laws are in or what their rights are. And honestly, I know cops don't know like what the laws are or some of the laws. And plus, I don't know how I would go about that too. See, I don't know how to edit yet because, like I said, I don't have like the. I mean, see, one, I don't like to edit things to begin with anyway, and two, I, I don't want to edit things either. So, because I think the editing, in my opinion, I think editing stuff it takes away it takes away from the video because people don't see from beginning to end. And it just appears to be like a cut up video to favor one side or the other. But that's like that. See, that's more of a See, that's my opinion. I know like a lot of people like to rather see the edited videos. Me, I don't like the edited stuff because I want to see like what goes from like the beginning to the end. Well, real jingy. I don't have it like an editing program, so I don't know. So I never like got beyond. I never got to that point yet because I always kept my videos as non-edited. So most of my videos are non-edited. And plus, I don't know how to edit. I mean, like, uh, it's not like one of my strong points right now. Okay, just to give people a heads up, I'm gonna be ending this live stream at 4:30 for sure. So we have like 8 more minutes. Real jangy. So what if you would just collect the questions and leave the editing to others? No worries on the editing. It can happen if you want later. Okay. But actually, I want some input with the editing. I want to learn. That's what it is. Real jangy does not have to have. It does not have to happen all at once. Yeah, it's. I'm evolving over time, and I maybe I don't say it that often, but I'm evolving for the better. I'm evolving over time. So, and it takes time to develop things too. Things doesn't happen overnight. So, okay, we got like 7 more minutes. Pain medication. Oh yes. Debbie, pain medication. Oh, that's a hot topic. Yeah, it's the opiate epidemic. Yeah, like yeah, the pain medication is the hot topic because of the addiction issues and things like that. Hold on, I want to grab something. I want to grab a brochure that I found somewhere. Okay. I found. I don't know. I don't know like where I found this. It says New Jersey courts. I don't really recall where I found this, but it's the information about Nox. I know you can't. It's about the opiate overdose. About what is Noxolon? Noxolon is the FDA approved medication used to resuscitate individuals who overdose on opiates. I know this is like backwards. I know this is all backwards. I know it's backwards. I'm sorry. But I just want to show it to you anyway. So I'm going to do like a little shout out. Need information about Knoxville, Nalox, whatever. I cannot pronounce it. It's, I'm going to type it in to show you the spelling of it. N-A-L-O-X-O-N-E. That's it right there. It's for training in kits. Community organizations have made these kits and free training available at the following locations. In the northern region, so like whatever, I don't know, like, so I'm just reading this off of this, and it says at the northern region is the Morris County Prevention is Key. It's 25 West Main Street, Rockaway, New Jersey. The number is 973-625-1998. Central Region. It's located at the Jersey Shore Healthcare at 685 Neptune Boulevard in Neptune, New Jersey. 732-988-8877. At the Southern Region, Urban Treatment Associates, 808 Market Street, Camden, New Jersey, 856-225-0505. Now I'm reading this information off of this. And this came from the New Jersey courts. Again, I don't recall where I found it. Yeah, I'm a little nutty. I'm nutty, but I mean in a good way. It's like one of those. It's like the inside language that I use like with my friends and family. Real jangy. Look up the word eccentric. Remember when you were called suspicious? Okay, everybody, it's like 4:30. It's 4:30. So, I'm gonna like end the stream because that's what I told you guys. So, I might go down by the beach and just start filming down there like later on tonight or today to show you guys the scenery. Again, my name is Jen Coombs. Time to change Jersey style. It's all about transparency, accountability, and building bridges. Be safe, everybody. Be safe.